What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Week 1 of non-divisional games, and we've already had the craziest week of the season so far. We had 3 3-0 teams coming into this week and 3 0-3 teams coming into this week. The 3-0 teams, Cup This Chubb, Achan in the Membrane, Otto Pickens, all of them lost. The 3 0-3 teams also all lost. They are all 0-4. That is myself, 666, and Troy Polamalu, all fighting in the dumpster. And there is a Dumpster Bowl version 2 this week between myself and 666, who will go 0-5. I think we want to avoid 0-5 more than we actually care about being 1-4. This season is basically dead, but I'm here to ruin dreams. I'm here to relegate people. I'm here to go ham. Last week, I said the matchup of the week would be Cup This Chubb against Achilles Heel. And while it was not the highest scoring game of the week, that goes to Achan in the Membrane against underdog Anchor Champ, who played lights out, almost 180 points, and he left a few on the bench. A Jameson Williams touchdown and a Justice Hill touchdown seal the deal there. I'm not going to show those because he won by almost 30 points, so that's kind of crazy. But I do want to show you how my original game of the week, Cup This Chubb versus Achilles Heel, ended, because it came down to the last play of the game. Check it out. And here it is, the final play of the game. No kneel down. Tony Pollard breaks it right, and Cup This Chubb season is undefeated no more. All right, there's just one more game I want to talk to you about. Garth Mall against Troy Polamalu looked like a blowout going into Monday Night Football. But after Cup This Chubb versus Achilles Heel had ended, we still had the end of the Lions-Seahawks game to go. One more quarter, and Troy's got both quarterbacks. Let's see what happened. By this time, the game is already over in real life, but we still got fantasy to play for. Jared Goff getting a touchdown here would make this an 11-point game. And he hits it. And we got a ball game. Did I say 11 points? Because that was before that touchdown. It actually is a 7-point game after Jared Goff hits that with 5 minutes to play. A touchdown here would be killer. Anything to Jackson Smith and Jigba would be killer. What happens? Let's find out. It's already looking pretty dicey. Geno is working his way down the field, 36-yard line. And here's a dump off to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Oh, it's starting to get late. Just a couple of plays later, and Geno's already got them inside the 5-yard line. He's looking, and targets Jackson Smith and Jigba, almost picked off. It's now 3rd down from the 3. A touchdown to anybody will do it. Even run it in himself. Starting to look like he's thinking about it, but the edge is closed off. Tries to look back towards the middle. All right, 4th down from the 3. This is probably for everything. They snap it. He looked like he didn't expect it there. Hurried play, and it is incomplete to Tyler Lockett in the back of the end zone. Detroit goes 3 and out, gives the ball back to Geno. Geno's got a chance to make history here. At this point, it's starting to look like Geno could win it even without a touchdown as he takes off for a scramble. Oh, man, and they're feeling lucky down at Garth Mall headquarters. Or at least they were feeling lucky until Geno's got it over midfield. Just a couple minutes left to play. He's throwing it up. Ooh, Jackson Smith and Jigba could have ended it there. And now here we are inside the red zone. And it is picked off. Garth Mall wins. Unbelievable finish. And that is how your Week 4 of Antoine and Friends Football League comes to a close. 2 games coming down to the final play. A pick in the end zone and a touchdown on 4th down. Then we also had the number 1 and number 2 scoring teams this week playing each other, with underdog Anchor Champ, couldn't be more of an underdog in this one, coming out with almost 180 points. You couldn't ask for much more than this. Oh, just a little something on top of the Sunday. A little cherry on the Sunday right here. I went 6-0 in the capper. 6-0 in the quick 6. First time it's happened. Yes, that's right. 6-0. You can go check the thumbnail from the last video. I done did that. I said the dogs were live, and they were. This week, I'm getting chalky as a motherfucker. It's going to be chalky, 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 but thin lines. Oh, it's going to be thin lines. Let's see who I got this week. Am I going to go 12-0? Who can say? Who can say but the Almighty One? Check it out. Following the lead of our latest capper, and I'm actually going to explain the rationale for my picks, and especially this week because I feel like these need to be justified because there's some stinky picks in here. Number one, I've got Buffalo -1 against the Houston Texans on the road. I just feel like this is a great bounce back after they did so poorly against Baltimore last week. They matched up really well against another AFC South team in the Jacksonville Jaguars, who they beat by over 30 points. I don't think that they beat the Texans by quite that much, but I do think they beat up on a team that is nowhere near the same caliber as the Ravens. So I like Buffalo in what's essentially a pick 'em. Next is a much grosser pick. They're going to get progressively grosser. New England. Oh, you can already be like, what? New England? Yes, New England -1 against the Miami Dolphins. Without Tua, this squad is the definition of listless, lifeless. They're on life support. Mike McDaniel is feeling the heat. This team doesn't really seem to have a plan. This team doesn't really seem to have any fight left in them. They've scored like a combined 15 points in the last 4 weeks. It's not great. It's not great. So I'm taking New England -1 at home. I know the Dolphins usually match up well against them in the past, but I'm just fading the team that doesn't really have a quarterback right now. Next, the Denver Broncos.
Here we go, Denver. Here we go.
2-2 on the field, 3-1 in our hearts, where it matters against the spread. They are playing the Las Vegas Raiders, and normally we play really badly against the Raiders, but I like our defense this year. I am a believer. I think that we get in rhythm this week. Last week was pretty fluky with the rain. I'm expecting to see more of the kind of performance we put up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's go, Denver. And yes, that may have something to do with the fact that I'm forced to start Bo Nix this week. Yeah. No, we don't play in a 3 QB league. Yeah, I'm still playing Bo Nix. Baltimore -2.5 on the road against Cincinnati. The Bengals, one would think, would match up pretty well here. This is a divisional game. Cincinnati is 1-3 with Joe Burrow in his last 4 games against the Baltimore Ravens. I like the spread under 3 points here. I know that it's on the road, but for a run-first offense like the Baltimore Ravens, I don't think that matters quite as much. So give me Baltimore -2.5. Next, I got Green Bay at -3 on the road against the LA Rams. This is really, again, like the Dolphins game. I'm fading the Rams here. Matt Stafford doesn't seem to have a number 1 or number 2 target even in that LA Rams offense. And Green Bay in the second half last week just kicked it up to another gear. I like them to continue it into this week. You know, that must have felt like a tough loss at the end there where they got pretty close. So I'm taking Green Bay -3. Next, actually, finally, I've got the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, I know. Boo, boo, boo. Jacksonville Jaguars -2.5 against the Colts. No Anthony Richardson, no Jonathan Taylor. I am recording this on a Thursday, so I will be the first to tell you that if either of those two starts, I will be shifting gears to Chicago -3.5 against the Carolina Panthers. I know that laying more than a field goal with a rookie QB doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like a good bet. I feel like Carolina is the better bet here, which is why I've decided to take the Jaguars as my number 1. But I will shift if between now and Sunday there is some update on the Colts injury report. But I like the -2.5. So I'm taking it. And as usual, here is your top 6, the quick 6. Let's go 12-0. And let's go ahead and end this week by taking one more look at the big board. Look how pretty it is. Two teams at 3-1, one team at 2-2, and one team at 0-4 in all three divisions. So, who are the games of the week? I will tell you right now, there's two of them, one good and one bad. Both of them a 3-1 dominating team against an upstart 2-2 team looking to jump into the playoff bracket. Number one, the good game is going to be Garth Mall against Megatron. Again, Garth Mall trying to establish herself as the champion in Division 3 with a 4-1 record, while Megatron is trying to climb back into the running in Division 1. He had a slow start, but Jordan Mason and the rest of that offense is really looking like a dangerous matchup, especially as Christian McCaffrey's return is totally unknown at this stage. And then for the bad game, we've got underdog anchor champ against Cup This Chubb. Same story. Underdog anchor champ looking to climb up the rankings in Division 3, get into a playoff berth spot. He's in 7th on the outside looking in. Cup This Chubb is trying to bounce back from a very unexpected loss last week. Again, a last play of the game dagger. He's looking to reestablish dominance at the top of Division 1. And with that, have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye.